Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. This is going to be a recap of the earlier stream. If you want to join my stream, check out the links in my description and in the comments below. That will actually cover all that other stuff. So let's actually talk about the recap. So Cardano is rumored to have a Cardano Credit Card. I think it has to do with kind of like their Coinbase staking listing. I'm not exactly sure. CryptoAlark, I think they mentioned it on an interview. And basically, Charles said he couldn't really say anything on it because that was part of that, I think, Coinbase NDA. I think it has to do with McCann, so it looks legit. There was Cardano's Telegram group that kind of like debunked it, but realistically, I think like a card is not out of the question, especially since I do think that Cardano will actually be listed on Coinbase after Shelly actually happens, and that's actually scheduled for this summer still. So I think like there will be a Cardano credit card. It will have something to do with Coinbase staking. My guess is like it might work like if you actually have X amount of Cardano staked on Coinbase, you get more cash back, something like that. It'll be like a small percentage, but getting any kind of like big cash back on any kind of like credit card spending, definitely a big plus. So that might be something in the works for Cardano. It's all under wraps under NDA right now. I think we'll find out in the next 2 months after a lot of this stuff actually comes out. The AMA product announcement will probably be very, very interesting on the 28th. I think it is going to be dataless cold staking as well as many other project announcements, and they'll probably give a Haskell update. They might even kick off the beta Haskell testnet around that time. That's what I'm actually hoping, because they've actually been in the alpha testnet for a few weeks, probably working a couple things out. The beta testnet's going to be one of the last steps before the mainnet. They'll have a check balance, and at that point, you know that the release is going to be imminent, because that's basically giving time for the exchanges to actually get things ready, for them to actually adjust to Cardano 2.0. So that's an excellent Cardano news. India has actually basically gone fully legal on crypto, and basically the RBI, the Reserve Bank, which actually for 2 years prevented Indian companies from actually investing in crypto, has actually toned down all its restrictions and said there are no restrictions on banking providing accounts to crypto traders. So now banks in India can actually bank crypto traders. That means there's going to be a lot of crypto traders in India. Now remember, India has a population of 1.35 billion people. That is the potential population. The average person in India does not have that much money to actually invest. So it's not like as big as the US or China in terms of financial power, but the country will grow in the future. Many people say India is today what China was back in the 90s or maybe 80s. And that's like right after the country opened, but before like the big economic expansion actually took place. I do think India will actually develop faster than China because globalization is much more intact right now with the internet and everything transferring at high speeds. So there's going to be more money coming in faster into India to help them develop their economy. But right now the amount of money that your average Indian has is much less than the average US person has or the average Chinese person has at this point. And because of that, I don't think it's going to be just such a huge splash. But the thing is, like over the course of the next year or two, I do think that will become bigger and bigger as more Indians get into cryptocurrency to try to either make it rich or to try to secure themselves for the future. So that opens up a huge market. RBI has basically opened the floodgates, and I think it's given up because the Supreme Court has completely ruled against its ban on cryptocurrencies. So, and we know that like a lot of crypto businesses already have received tons of investment in India. Like CoinCDX received another 2.5 million on top of their 3 million that they actually raised last time. And that's really, really good news for Indian crypto investors. So, and crypto investors altogether. So India, RBI saying no to restrictions definitely opens up the way for 1.35 billion people to actually invest in cryptocurrency. Polkadot has actually launched. It's launched on its chain candidate CC1, and it's actually now live. Now, right now, it's going to be soon on proof of consensus. Eventually, it wants to switch on to proof of stake, but there are some things that they actually have to get ready before it can actually get on proof of stake. The governance parameters are being walked out for the first time with limited functionality, but eventually they will actually do everything proof of stake. It actually went live at 1736 Zug time, and they're now at block 400 at the writing of the article. They're really working on getting eventually to the proof of stake, and it basically is in It's going to use Chainlink for interoperability because everyone is using every Chainlink for interoperability. And it gives people another option for mainnet dApps. So that is Polkadot right now. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.